Yo, what up everyone? In today's video, I unlocked a 4K damage badge for Wattson. I did this solo queuing trios, which is definitely not the easiest thing to do. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check out my page to see a video dropping 4K damage with your favorite legend. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to comment below and let me know what you think of the gameplay and what are your thoughts on Wattson in Season 9. I've made a couple videos recently discussing the potential changes she could receive, but at this time, Respawn doesn't seem to want to buff her. The removal of low profile this season was a great change, and now that her fences are working properly, she's a decent legend, but I still think she could use some love. Now let's get into how to go about dropping a high damage game with Wattson. I always like to drop Fight Night if it's early in the flight path. You can count on a few teams contesting you there, and you know the teams who landed close will be there to try to third party you. If you can make it out alive, it should result in a good amount of kills and damage. A lot of times I will get third party too soon though, and we'll just have to go next. But in order to get these games, you need to take some risks to reap those rewards. Now this game was very interesting. If you guys watch till the end, you will see just how it played out and how I was able to stretch out what I had and make the best of it. As you'll see though, our third teammate died off rip because he was AFK and he ends up leaving the game. This was a blessing, to be honest. I found in trios, if there's only two of us, it allows for more opportunities for high damage and high kills. It is risky though, because generally 2v3ing a team is harder than 3v3ing, obviously. Some people have asked me in the comments before, should I try duos or trios? And it's honestly all preference. For me personally, I don't like playing duos because it feels like there's never enough people left to get these 4Ks and or 20 kills. I know it's possible and I've done it before, but in terms of probabilities in my experience, I just prefer playing trios. The difficulties playing aggressive but with defensive legends such as Wattson are that if you're caught out in situations where defensive legends don't do too well, it will probably result in you dying, especially if your teammates don't know how to assist you in those situations. So some of you may be asking, what does that mean? But basically, if I'm a mobility legend like Wraith or Pathfinder, I can put myself in more hectic scenarios if I have my tactical ready, and I can dip out and reposition. But with that said, Wattson can prevent people from pushing if her fences are up and put in good spots, and you can kind of fight some of the teams more on your terms. You'll see how I made this work a few times in this video. Alright, so now I'm going to let you in on some of my thought process throughout this game so you guys can hopefully better understand how I was able to have this type of game with Wattson and how you guys can too. So we moved on to Hammond Labs, and you guys know if you play the game at all that Hammond Labs is just an incredibly hectic POI. Doesn't matter if it's early game, mid game, late game. There's always going to be so many teams here, and it's just non-stop fighting, particularly in the middle of the game though. I see this Wraith set a portal. I saw a Horizon ultimate. I was sort of confused on what the deal was here. How many teams are still up? What's going on here? So I just take the portal. I send it on this Wraith. I challenge her in a 1v1. I'm able to pull this off. She was fairly low because they must have just finished fighting. Now I want you to pick up on something. I just became kill leader right here with 9 kills. So that means somebody else in the lobby is doing pretty well. So anytime that happens, you know, it's a little concerning. You want to be more aware of that not everybody you're going to come across, you shouldn't expect to just roll them. You want to be aware of the kill leader situation, what kills you're at, who may be the kill leader, all of those things. So I think this team that we end up fighting here was the previous kill leader just because of how they were playing and stuff. But anyway, Hammond Labs, there's a lot of fighting going on above us. That team looked to challenge once they had my teammate low, but that's when the Wattson fence and me holding with a shotgun really came in handy. They didn't want to fight that. They backed off. They took the roof. And then they just wrapped up killing somebody over here by the jump tower. So we looked to get involved. I do 70 to the bang. I'm looking to catch her, hopefully get a knock, because I think this is the sweaty team, but I'm not sure. The bang retreats. The Pathfinder sends it off the jump tower. We team fire him. We get the knock, which is huge. I'm going to heal, avoid the Bangalore ultimate, and then look to push. Now, I was thinking maybe the Bangalore would have time to res the path, but right here helps me deter that. I beam her for 60. So she's going to know that I'm going to push now. And it's a 2-on-1. So even if my teammate dies here, like immediately, I still will win this because of the damage I did to Bangalore. So I look to Thirst to draw out the Bangalore because I can't see her. I whiff a couple shots, then I'm able to put her down. All right, fast forwarding. There's only 2 other teams left, and we're at the end circle, which is gonna end in Icarus. If you guys saw the Rampart game, the 4K Rampart game, this is a very similar circle. And actually, this is a great end game if you're able to hold the high ground. If you're stuck in Icarus, it's actually not the most favorable position. You want to be holding this high ground between Icarus and Bonsai Plaza. And right here is just basically when I'm able to farm the crap out of the last 2 teams. See, high kills and high damage don't always match up. And one of the main reasons is if you completely dominate a team, but you don't thirst 2 of the opponents, or potentially all 3 if there's a gold knock, then you miss out on an additional 300 damage. And so your damage to kills doesn't always add up. You can also get kills from people who are already knocked, from somebody who knocked them but then got eliminated, and you get that easy kill. So I was like, all right, I've had a ton of games where I've been very close to getting the 4K on Wattson and the 20 bomb too, but I knew the 20 wasn't possible right now. So I was like, all right, the 4K's doable. You know, I had a ton of games where I was very close. So I was like, you know, I'm going to try to farm this team. What do I have to lose? And this team was kind of retreating, and I didn't know where the 3rd team was. Ended up running out of light ammo. Sometimes you just got to make the best with what you have. I swapped to the longbow. I understand the dynamics of this circle and our positioning. So I'm like, let's go back, take high ground, and I'm going to get this 4K damage. I'm going to let the rest of the video play out so you guys can see how to farm a team properly and what you need to do in order to get this badge. Don't ever be discouraged because you only have 2,500 damage going into the last 2 teams. Some people always are like, oh, that's not enough people to get the 4K. And sometimes it won't be, but sometimes it will be. So just persevere, and you guys got this. Thanks so much for watching the video, and stay till the end because it gets kind of wild. Peace. Let's go! 4K damage, baby. Let's go, baby! Wattson, 4K, done. 3rd game on. After not playing for 2 days. Let's go, baby. We do this. Yes, sir. 4,300. Let's see the badge. Boom.